Morning, friends. How we doing? Dylan, congratulations on first. Dylan's so productive on Saturday mornings. Meanwhile, I'm like, I've been up for a few minutes, doing the things. Hello, Raven. Hello, Elpis. Hello, Candy. Hello, Yada. How we doing? The CPU usage is at 24% on this old laptop, so I'm like, I don't know how many more streams I have out of this guy before it just opts to shit the bed completely. But, happy Saturday morning, happy New Year's to everybody. Yeah, I know. You know what it is, too, is that it's just, it's just enough to get by. Oh, am I quiet? Yeah, the news cycle's a shit show this morning. I'm not gonna talk about it. He's doing his best. Yeah, I know. Do I sound a little bit better now? Let me drop the music just a hair as well. Maybe that'll do it. Yeah. But, yeah. We, are making... not something you would really make this early in the day, but we're gonna make it anyway. We're making, pineapple upside down cake, and we're making coquito, because I'm making coquito at 10:30 in the morning. I'll make it and throw it in the fridge, honestly, because it keeps for a while. But, yeah. Everyone's doing well. I mean, that's fair. I assume it's a little bit better. I dropped the volume on the music a little bit as well. But, yeah. Let's get into it. So, let me drop the volume a little bit in my own head as well. Ooh. 7 a.m. door to door? Brother. Like, 9 a.m. is my limit. Like, if you want to knock at 9 a.m., I'm not going to be happy about it, but you can. We don't get many people coming door to door at our place, though. Like, I think in easily the almost 5 years we've been here, I think we've had 3 people come solicit at our door. 2 times they were Jehovah's Witnesses. 1 time, I'm pretty sure it was a local cable company asking if we wanted to switch service, to which we said, your service was atrocious where we used to live. Why would we switch back to you? Yeah. Oh. But, let's get into it, friends. So, first thing we got to do, we gotta get our gut oven going to 350 degrees. Yeah. Alright. Preheat our oven to 350. So, I have never made pineapple upside down cake before. So, it's gonna be a learning experience for all of us. Now, I need a 1/4 cup of butter melted. The semi-annoying thing with a lot of this recipe was, a lot of it was like, this should be room temp, this should be room temp, this should be room temp. I'm like, should everything be room temp at this point? Get you that crickets in. 88 crickets for Yada. That's a lot of crickets. So I said a 1/4 cup. 1, 2, 3, 4. Whoop. Let's plop you back in the fridge. Now, if I didn't have the big cutting board on top right now, I would just melt it on the stovetop. I'm doing it in the microwave. We're doing it in the microwave this morning. Because I think the thing is, it won't melt better. If anything, it's gonna melt worse. But I don't like having to go back and forth with the cutting board. Because also, I need this cutting board this morning because I have to cut up a pineapple. And a pineapple's a big thing. I had a bagel for breakfast. I did make a point to eat before I streamed. Because I'm responsible. Sometimes. Not all the time. But sometimes. Outside, yes, Raven, I am room temperature. Inside, no. I am not inside room temperature. I'm not room temperature inside my body. Unless you keep your house at a balmy 96.8 degrees Fahrenheit. Let's get that out of the way. I have this stupid splash guard for the microwave. I never use it. I got it like, oh, I'll use this so it doesn't blow up in the microwave. And I never use it. It's just, if anything, it's an annoyance in the kitchen that just is constantly migrating around because I don't want it in the microwave when I'm normally heating up stuff. And, yeah. Actually, what we gotta do is, well, we gotta get our pie plate. Ugh. Where are you? There we go. Ugh. Now, the recipe says this is a pie plate recipe. For some reason, I had it in my head that pineapple upside down cake was more of a springform pan recipe, but it is what it is. Grummy, how you doing, buddy? Good morning. Happy New Year's to you. All right, another 30 seconds, and that should be good to go. But Grum, how we doing today? How was your Saturday? How is the Grumster doing? You know, I probably should have microwave, because actually what I should probably do first, I should probably cut up my pineapple. That's probably what we should do first. So, Happy New Year's. Doing good, Grum. Doing good. Now, I need to have this little guy with me, because I've only cut up a pineapple once in my life. So I don't really remember how to cut up pineapple. So we're going to learn today. All right, first and foremost, I haven't cut it in a long time. Cut pineapples every morning. Oh, yeah, that's fair. And now we gotta chop the sides off on our pineapple. You'll ever see the videos of the guys that can do this at like Mach speed? I'm envious of them. Because they make it look so easy. I think I need to do a little bit of trimming. Yeah. Because I definitely missed some boys here and there. There we go. Ugh. I do love me some pineapple. I don't buy it that often. Only because it is the one fruit that eats you back. Which I love. Alright, let's get all of your sporky goodness into the trash can. Ugh. Oh my goodness. Alright, got that. I am cutting that pineapple, Yoshi. Good morning, but after good afternoon, buddy, I should say. And let's do that. Get that bottom piece off. Yoshi, how we doing after today? Keep wanting to say this morning. How are you doing today, my fine dragon boy? That in the trash as well. I'm good. I am glad you are good. Now, I know this is going to be a little bit different because we're... Oh, hush. Jesus. Microwave's just yelling at me. But let's have this guy, because the thing is, because we can't really do rings, because I don't have a pineapple core, that's just... We don't. So, let's get ourselves a little bit in here, and let's kind of cut ourselves a segment out of the center, because this center segment is going to be really pithy and gross. We don't want to eat that necessarily. And of course we're going to sever our pineapple right in half, but it's fine. It's fine, whatever. It's literally not about what it looks like. Joe, it's fine. You don't like pineapple? Come on. What's wrong with you? I'm just kidding. Joe, how you doing today? I think I cut too deep on that one, but it's fine. It's not going to be pretty, but it's going to taste good, hopefully. And that's really all I can hope for, friends. And there we go. That's a little bit better. Thank you, Yoshi. Oh, you... do I know anybody that has a pineapple allergy? I actually don't know if I do. I'm trying to think. I actually don't think that I do. Which is wild, because I think... whatever. The learning exercise, Yoshi. It's a learning exercise. Alright, let's see. Now, I have to also pat these guys dry. Here's the fun thing, friends. I don't have paper towels. So we're going with all the used napkins from the grocery store. Not the grocery store, but from the, from all the takeout we've gotten. I like the moving and grooving pineapple. Listen, that's actually I think it's actually a fan-done thing from Animal Crossing, because that's actually the Lloyd, who is your little construction buddy in Animal Crossing. Now, we gotta pat all this dry as well. Because that's the one thing with this, apparently, too, is that it can't be moist in any way, because that actually screws with the structure. Now, if you put them in, they'll spontaneously explode, because of course. No, that's my thoughts, too. I'm like, I will eat all the pineapple, don't you worry. I love pineapple. But again, like I said, I don't buy it often, because I would eat way too much of it as a result. Got some of these pieces out of the way. Yeah, because the whole thing with this is, like, you gotta pat them dry, because you don't want them to start getting soggy while you're cooking it, because then basically your cake will just really be mush. I'm sure it'll still taste good, it just won't look pretty. But I mean, who cares? Yeah, I do feel bad for people who have allergies to it, because I do like some pineapple. That's actually one thing. I am not allergic to any food, at least that I've found thus far. But yeah, let's pat our pineapple dry as we can get it, at least. Yeah, I know the recipe is like, well, you could use canned pineapple. I'm like, I'm gonna use a fresh pineapple. I feel like a canned pineapple would be just as expensive as an actual pineapple, which is wild to me. Because this pineapple was $3, I think. I'm sure a can of pineapple will be just as much, which is stupid. Because it's not even a whole pineapple at that point either, which is the sillier part. You know, I could just use a hand towel for this. What am I doing? I mean, yeah, like, this hand towel is going to be covered in pineapple. Yeah, that's like the one, you know what it is, Elpis? In the produce section at our grocery store, there's one whole area. It's literally like the South American, Central American section. So it's like, it's cassava, it's mango, it's coconuts, plantains. All of it's cheap because nobody buys it. I should say nobody buys it. Most people there don't buy it, because most people that go to the grocery store are old white people. So, yeah. Normally when I'm there, it's like, if I'm getting anything in there, it's me and, like, the one Latin family that's there. Because I'm like, the older white one's like, I'm not having a guava, what's that? Because, yeah. I also tell you, you know how many times I get asked at the grocery store on a regular basis if I can get stuff off the high shelves for people? It's a lot. It's like, I'm like, I don't work here, y'all. I'll help you get that bread. I'll help you get that ice cream. Because that's, on multiple occasions, that's what I've been asked to grab for people. These can actually be some of the side pieces, because they gotta go up the sides anyway. I'm not tall. That's the worst part. I'm not that tall. I'm just taller than most of the old people at the store. Like, seriously, like, I'm only 5'11". I'm not even 6 foot. I'm small. It's top shelf privileges. It's top shelf, but it's also the problem. I mean, y'all been in a grocery store before. You know, sometimes, like, especially the way they have some of them set up, especially the freezers and coolers, if it's on the top and they have none of it left, you can barely reach it. So even I have difficulty grabbing it sometimes. Like, let's put it this way. Yesterday, I needed to buy heavy cream because I am making fresh whipped cream with this. The only creamer was so far in the back, I had to stand on the bottom of the cooler to reach it. Because literally, it was basically back where they put the restocking of it in. So yeah. I hope everyone's having a good Saturday for themselves so far. Relaxing. Doing the last little bit of self-care and relaxation before the full New Year kicks in. I know a lot of people, you know, had the past few days off. Not myself. But not salty about that at all. But yeah. But I am off this coming Tuesday. which is going to be nice. I'm getting a new tattoo on Tuesday afternoon, so that should be nice. See the guy I haven't seen in a while, who, not for nothing, sounds like he's not going to be tattooing much longer, so that means I'll need to find somebody else to do tattoos for me now, which is fine because I'm not ever beholden to one tattoo artist. It's like, if I like what your style is, I'm going to go to you for that specific, like, let's put it that way. I have to worry about not having to reach high spot. I know, right? Hopefully, I mean, and I don't think it's going to happen. The funny thing is that, like, you can very much see it, like, when my brother alive, he was alive, he was as tall as me. My dad, about the same height, 5'11", 6 foot. My mom, 5'2", maybe. My sister, about the same. Like, my sister is short. What am I getting? Well, I am not getting that piece of pineapple that fell on the floor. I am actually getting, speaking of my brother, I'm actually finally getting my memorial tattoo for him because he passed in 2023. So what I'm getting is kind of like something that's meant to, like, represent who he, like, kind of like some of his likes and desires. The other thing too, he had tons of tattoos. Like, that was like the one thing we bonded over a lot was tattoos. And it is going to be an actual, like, fruit orange, like the actual fruit, because I'm originally from Syracuse, you know, and that's where he passed. And, you know, one of the big things of Syracuse is that Syracuse University is there. The mascot for Syracuse University is the orange. It used to be the Orangeman, and they changed it within the past 5-10 years to just be the Syracuse Orange. So, stands to reason, you know, why not get an orange? So, it's an orange. He's going to be wearing hiking gear, because my brother was a pretty avid hiker, you know, when he wasn't drinking. And so he's going to be wearing hiking gear. And the other thing is, he's also going to be playing a sousaphone. Why a sousaphone, you ask? My brother played the tuba. Like, he played the tuba for years. Even after he finished, like, high school, he played in, like, local performance groups as a tuba and sousaphone player. That's, like, what he enjoyed doing. So, yeah. That's what it's going to be. Spork! Hello, buddy. How are you doing? My hands are so sticky right now. Let's put you over here. But yeah, it should come out good. I don't know what the full design looks like yet, because I get why, like, you know, most tattoo artists nowadays, they don't let you see the design until you're there to get it, which makes total sense, because they don't want you to, like, get the design and, like, all right, peace, I'm gonna get it done somewhere else, because it's kind of a dick. Happy New Year to you as well, buddy. Happy New Year to you as well. How are you doing today? Let me wash my hands really quickly so I can get all the pineapple juices off my hands. Oh, alrighty. Now, what I need to do. One of my first walk of the year saw a sign that said hump for a half mile, and I thought I'd just be exhausted after that. That would be a lot of humping, sport. That would be a lot of humping. That's funny. That's funny, it's stupid, and I love it. Alright, let's get our butter in here, because we got to get this into here and spread it around, because that's going to be our base. Laptop now has a fresh layer. Actually, it doesn't right now, thank God. Trust me, this laptop is normally covered with a lot of stuff. It's not covered with pineapple juice right now. Probably will be later, but that's fine. That's a me problem to deal with later. I feel like this was almost way too much butter. But whatever. I think the thing is, though, too, is that because I'm going to be adding brown sugar to it, it should, in theory, tighten up a little bit. Exactly. It'll make it taste better. It'll make it delicious. Alright, let's see. Now we're going to get our brown sugar, because that is what majority of this, that's going to be what our base is. You'll burn it off there. Exactly. Well, this is going to be basically like our crust, essentially. Like our bottom, like the bottom layer of the, what you call it, the upside down pineapple cake itself. There we go. I think it said this needs to be pretty packed in. Just so it's safe. Bah, there we go. Alright, now there's stuff all over the laptop. Now I blasted brown sugar all over it. That's like the one thing I detest about using brown sugar is that like you use it, you put it away, it turns rock hard, and then it just sticks to everything once you start using it again. Which again, it's fine. It's more of a noise. The hot chocolate I bought last night was ridiculous. That was just ridiculous sport. It's looked good, but all right, now it says sprinkle evenly. So let's give a little sprinkle. Let's sprinkle as best we can on the sides as well. No, yeah, it definitely does. I almost feel like we're gonna have to like pat it up the sides a little bit too. The topic of hot chocolate. Yes, yeah. What about hot chocolate? I'm gonna say something controversial, friends. I don't love hot chocolate. I will have it. I don't seek it, if that makes sense to everybody. Like, it's just not something that like I ever like have to have. Essentially, it's just like I'll have it if it's there, but I don't actively seek it out. It's just, you know, I don't know. Just I'd rather have like I actually not for nothing my hot apple cider, cocoa powder or chocolate for hot cocoa. I mean, how about here's one better yada, how about the lazy version, just Swiss Miss, which is probably neither. It's probably just some light cocoa powder and sugar. All right, arrange the pineapple slices on the bottom layer. All right, let's get our pineapple over here. Now, is this going to be pretty? Nope, probably not. I feel like I cut these pineapple slices too thick. It's fine. It's fine. All right, let's see. Listen, it's the shape that counts, right? Chocolate's very good, but it takes longer. Sometimes I want it now. Yeah, that's fair. Like with the chocolate, you actually have to wait for the full melt on it, essentially. I get it. Let's kind of almost just gonna probably just run the bigger guys up along the side like this, some of them. Now, is there going to be a rhyme or reason to how this is set up? Probably not, but it's fine. We're gonna make it look pretty regardless. So friends, that's what we do here. We improvise and make it work. Because if there's ever a way to describe my cooking streams, it is that. Man, I have way too much pineapple. I'm gonna be eating all this, but I'm like, I have way too much pineapple. I hope it's good. Because like I said, I've never made a pineapple upside down cake before, so we're learning. I like it thicker, so I mean that's fair too. I think if you got the patience for it, yeah. So next thing we gotta use maraschino cherries. I will be opening these. I probably will never use them again because actually that's not true, because I do like them in like whiskey drinks. Now I don't make whiskey drinks that often at home. Am I supposed to have these things? No, I don't. Boop. Oh yeah, obviously, I would assume it would be dark chocolate. I would assume that. I should be slicing these in half, but whatever. Just gonna be some big old hunks of maraschino cherries in here. You know, fun fact, friends, I have no idea what makes a maraschino cherry a maraschino cherry. I would guess it's probably what it's sitting in. I don't know. I don't know. Again, it's not something I actively seek. I think this is actually the first time I've ever bought maraschino cherry because I don't need it for anything ever. Even like a lot of if it were like call for maraschino cherry, I probably would just skip like whatever. I could probably live without it. But I figure for a pineapple upside down cake, I'm like, it probably should have it. I am making an absolute mess over here. Because that's the one thing about maraschino cherries is that they kind of have like that like ridiculous red dye color to them. Alright, let's see. Do you think I refrigerate you? Real cherries may contain pits. Thanks. I think. Is it that? Yeah, I think it's. Well, I saw like as like the ingredient list goes, I saw like one of the last ingredients I think was like something with sulfur in it. I'm like, oh yeah, no, it's definitely preserved then. All right, now what we gotta do, we gotta make our cake component now. So let's actually get you off here. because I don't want you to get. Now we gotta actually make the cake because that's a cake. Where's my pan? My bowl. All right. This is as soft as it's gonna be. This is as soft as it's gonna be. I took this out like a few hours ago, but I'm like, I think to realistically, as I needed it to, I probably should have taken it out. But it's... I think the thing is, like, they weren't... I want to say they were like maybe $4 for the jar, which is a lot when you consider how small that jar is, but... Alright, and now I need my sugar, so I think it's a 3/4 of a cup. Let me tell you, friends, I've gone through so much sugar in this house recently because of all the cookies I've been making and other sweets. Alright. Let's close this up. Alright, and let's get our ancient blender going. Ancient mixer going. Triple A game that needs an update or work amount of money. Oh no, anyways. Oh, so did anybody else, I think Elpis, I know you saw the TikTok I posted last night. Did you love the comments on it? Where it was like, you know, like the whole thing of Benoit needing Jesus and the person responding, oh no, waiter, my lobsters. Did you? You shouldn't. Can y'all not hear me? Oh, okay. Weird. I don't know why. I didn't change anything. But yeah, let's beat this up. Yeah, this is definitely not softened enough, but it's fine. Someone in the Bible needs to... Oh, really? Okay, I didn't realize. Like, maybe I leaned away from the microphone, maybe. Now, this is the one thing I hate about creaming butter and sugar together, is that it just takes forever and a day to cream it properly. God born in the world as a carpenter? I know, right? I mean, that is I mean, isn't that basically established that Christianity is essentially an isekai? I don't know if that's offensive. I'm gonna say probably is. Let's bump your speed up a little bit. I need you to cream a little. See, this is the one thing, is that, like, it's almost like I almost need to give it a hand mix, I think, honestly. You know what? As much as I don't love doing this, I think I'm going to give it a hand mix for a second. Only because I think the butter is just a little too cold for the purposes of this, which is annoying, because it makes creaming the shit together a nightmare. But it is what it is. Oh, no, not at all. I didn't say it was a fun one. I just said it was. I just said it'd be an interesting one. All right, now that that's together, let's try this again. Yeah. Almost. You know what actually I'm gonna do? Here. It's a little bit of the melted butter that's left over. See if that helps it a little bit. And yeah, didn't really help that much. But it's fine. We're going to keep doing this for a few minutes and see if we can get it to work. Why do you feel like you're about to get all... That's the one thing, because this thing is so old, it always feels like it's about to break on me. Because it's like, they're not... The beaters aren't balanced that well anymore, so they kind of like have a nasty habit of just feeling like they're gonna fly out of there. Oh yeah, now this is getting better. You are sassing the hell out of me today. Might be time for me to get a new one of these, honestly. And let's see. All right, I think that's going to be as good as we get on that front. Get out of there. Get off. Not bad, Yada. Not bad. All right. Eggs one at a time. Egg numero uno. Whoop. Egg number one. Let's get that mixed in. Beat these in one at a time. Yeah, or forgot to mention. Well, I think we might have we played D&D with clamps. Our D&D campaign is finally coming to, well, at least this iteration of it is finally coming to an end. We beat the big bad on New Year's Day, so now we just have our epilogue session to do. But yeah, we survived. We won. It was a very good campaign. I enjoyed it. I didn't get as I was talking to Candy and Yeti and Mrs. Clamp's Render Penguin about this. I never felt like I got as attached to this character as I did to our last campaign, and I think I reasoned why. Our last campaign was a homebrew campaign. Yeah, Clamps runs it. Our last campaign was a homebrew campaign. Homebrews, I feel like, lend themselves so much better to really building the character into the world itself, if that makes sense. Pre-built modules don't do as good of a job of doing that. The DM can do as much as they can, but the reality is you're in the world, but you're not as ingrained in the world, if that makes sense. So, don't get me wrong. I still love Thorngrim. He's one of the first bards I played in a while. He's fun. He's kind of a whore, and he also loves big women. But I mean, I don't know. I just never got as attached to him. And listen, I wrote a whole series of vicious mockery jokes for people for him. I wrote 50 of them. Literally, so I could roll a die when I cast vicious mockery to see which one insult I was going to use. But he wasn't as fun as my barbarian, honest truth. So now we've been discussing though, what our next campaign is going to be. Because it sounds like Yeti Mike might run our next campaign for us. Because he has never DM'd, and he wants to try it. So I actually gave him a bunch of my I have a bunch of like the 5e modules, like the actual books. So I have I have Horde of the Dragon Queen, Rise of Tiamat, Princes of the Apocalypse, Into the Abyss, Curse of Strahd, Tomb of Annihilation, and Escape something with a Vernus. I can't remember if it's Escape 2 or Yeah. I mean, hold on. I can add it in really quickly. Hold on. Let me add it as a random channel point extension. Hold on. I can do that. I can do that easily. Let's see. Add a new custom reward. King uses vicious. Now I'm gonna have to go get my book because I don't remember all of them off the top of my head. Cooldowns. Let's do every 5 minutes. Fine. Create, and it should be there now. But that means I'm gonna have to go get my book because I don't remember them. I have never played. Oh, and R, you're just saying R, Joe. Let me get my book really quickly, just in case I need to. I got my book. I got my trusty notes from my campaign and my stone dice. Actually, these are cat's eye and they are stone. Actually, I like them. They were not cheap, but I figure why not. All right. Yada has redeemed a vicious mockery. Let's see what we got. 99, so I'm gonna have that because there's only 50, so I'm gonna say it's 48 that I'm gonna give you. Denser than a thick orc's thighs, yippee. There you go. So, and I will be delivering them as my bar because that's the only way I know how to deliver them because most of them are written in that accent. All right, let's see. Thank you. What do we need? Vanilla extract. 1 teaspoon. Woo, almost dropped it. That's a tablespoon. Where's my whole teaspoon measure? There we go. I'm like, there's my half. I'm like, where's my whole? Don't take that out of context. Where be my whole? That's all I see. And let's put you back up there. Let's put you there. Let's give you a quick... I think actually... It says just to stir this in, so let's just give this a stir in instead. That's actually will be an opportunity for me to get all the stuff off the side as well. Alright, now what I gotta do is I gotta get our other... dry stuff put together. Where to be my whore? Thank you, officer. As though there's not enough weird out of context things of me talking about holes and penis and penis. That just seems to happen a lot on this channel. I don't know why. How much flour do I need? 1.5 cups of flour? Ugh. Where's my half-cup measure? There we go. Alright. You know what? Why I also might have lost audio? I might have stepped on the cable at one point. So that could have been it. Right, let's see. Let's see. 1. I don't have a flour sifter. I've never seen the point of having one yet. I actually even stared at one at the grocery store. Try figure, but whore. It's not a want. It's a want, not a need. Exactly. That game was so shit. That game was so shit. Like, it wasn't bad. It had... Once you did, like, the main stuff of the game, I'm like, I'm not painting figures over and over again for this game. I refuse out of principle. Alright, let's see. We got our flour. Now we just need our baking soda and our... Not baking soda, baking... powder. I don't use baking powder that often. I was actually even surprised when I saw the recipe. I'm like, baking powder? Shit, I'd never use that. Because I was ended up using baking soda. You know? I don't love that it's just random that comes up. Like, I try to escape these things, and yet here we are. Where's my half teaspoon? 1, 2, 3. Speaking of sim, as my coworkers talking about laundromat. Laundromat sim, I do want to go back to because I did actually enjoy it. I've just been doing 9 billion other things, so I have not had a chance to return to it. But trust me, I want to go back because it is silly. I know this is probably not the greatest way to do this, but whatever. This is literally us just kind of whisking it together, hoping that we mixed in everything that we need to mix in. Now, starting an end with flour. So now what we gotta do is now we have to mix in our flour. We have to alternate with adding milk. That'd be one of these. Listen, somebody's gotta record this shit. Somebody needs to record it for future generations to realize, what was that man talking about? To which I would always say, I don't know. It's a good question. Alright. Added flour. Milk. I'm a middle-aged white man. Yeah, I know. Actually, speaking of, I'm actually reviewing a game right now that does have a rhythm game component to it. I can talk about it because there's no embargo. It's called Nom Nom Cozy Forest Cafe. It's exactly what you think it is. It's like you manage a coffee. You manage a cafe. The people that come in are animals. You make donuts and coffee for them. It's cute. There's not a lot to the game beyond that, so it's kind of like okay. And like, here's the thing, Elvis. It's cute. It gets very repetitive very quickly. And there's not a whole lot to, like, designing your shop either. It's like, and I will say, too, to unlock more stuff, you just have to keep grinding out orders for people. So it's like, you know, like, if you want to grind it out, sure, but I'm like, I'm not going to. Like, nothing against the game. It's just, I'm like, for example, like, one of them is like, you need to do 50 of this. I'm like, I'm not doing this 50 times. Just, I'm not. Let's get this done by hand as I blast flour all over the place. That's the one thing I don't like about baking, is I get flour everywhere. I could go back to my older games and finish them. Or I could buy a new one right now. Exactly! Listen, why play what you have when you can just keep adding to that library? What do you think I do? Friends, do you know how big my library is? It's concerning, actually. Like, I could probably not buy another game for a couple of years and be fine. Because that's how big my backlog is. Speeding up adding this in. But I know it's saying not to overmix it, but I'm like, I want to make sure at least the flour is mixed in. Because let me tell you, biting into raw flour is not going to be nice. So my other coworker loves Genshin. She's trying to get a... It's not that I dislike Genshin or any of the MiHoYo games. What I've learned now as I've, been gaming longer and longer and longer, and also now that they're review games too, games that have no end, it's just like, this is all I'm going to be playing because there's no end to it. So it's kind of like a... I enjoy it, but at the same time, it's like, it never ends. So, and I get, that's why. That's what they're designed to do. But consequently, though, I'm like, I like a story that has an end. I do. Like, I like a game that has, like, a solid endpoint. And yes, technically, do some of these gacha games have ends? Technically, yeah, when you hit the end of a patch. Then there's a new patch later. So, I don't know. Again, this comes from somebody who plays a lot of gacha games. True. Yeah, it's... See, Helldivers I like solely for mindless pew pew. I know there's no end to that, but I understand that's exactly what I'm getting out of that game. So that doesn't bother me as much. Like, they're not trying to pitch a story to me. Well, I mean, is there a story to Helldivers? Kind of. It's not really a story. It's more like the ebbs and flows and changes of the solar system, our near universe in this, because that's the whole thing. It's a living, breathing, dynamic universe that you play in. I don't know why you disconnected OBS, but thank you. Like, OBS connection successful. I'm like, okay. Yeah, that's weird. Did I disconnect? Hi, cat. All right, that's weird. Oh my god, cat, how you doing, buddy? Happy New Year. I know, I saw it like, OBS connection really successful. I'm like, I didn't realize it disconnected, but thanks. And we're doing a weird pose, so I can do this and kind of spread it out. This looks like too, I don't know. Again, because I don't make cakes, I don't know how wet it's supposed to be. Spread this around. How do you people? I've trial and error, Yada. Trial and error. She was looking for Rex because the only game that ever was his Dream My Dad. Yeah, I mean, Palia's another one though that doesn't have an end. I don't think. Or same with Disney Dream My Life. But like, I get it though if you want something that's a little more cozy and relaxed and like a little more calm. I totally get that. I played Palia. I see the appeal. I just have not returned to it. And it's not to poo-poo the people that play it. It really isn't, because I do very much see the appeal of it. All right. I think that should be good. I don't know. It's going to be very much an exercise in, did I do this properly? All right, let's see. Now you got to go in for a half hour. And we say goodbye to you for the time being. Let me set a timer for myself. 11:25, so 11:55. I got to turn this back on. my watch is like, your battery's low. I'm like, I'm sure it probably is. I'm not good at charging this thing. Okay. Our battery is, that is on now. So, now that that's done, So, now what we can make though, well, first and foremost, I'm going to clean really quickly and we can chat while I clean. Because I do need this guy back. Because we're, like I said, we're making whipped cream from scratch, and I do need that bowl again. There we go. Go the curly. Listen, Candy and I have a lot of similarities. Sometimes when it comes to our gaming, we also have a lot of differences when it comes to our gaming too. I embrace that. We very much both see the appeal of like some of the gacha games, but a lot of it's like the JRPGs. That's like a lot of what we bond over, like RPGs in general. That's kind of where the divide is, because you know, Candy doesn't do the Kobza games, I do. I think for me, it's because sometimes after work, I'm like, I just literally want to turn my brain off and just play something a little more mindless. A little more mindless, a little more calm, which I know, and I know Bright has made this argument on, I think on GirlPod, that cozy is not necessarily the game, but the atmosphere you create for your stream, essentially. Oh yeah, isn't that fun? What? What else? Yeah, Persona 5, I heard is rare. I've never heard of it before. Totally have never heard of Persona 5. Totally didn't have it on my wedding cake. Why isn't it active? What am I missing? Yeah, that's the other thing too, is because of the way OBS does all of its sourcing of things as well, is that like, yeah, you can, but also Yada, that's how like a lot of streamers, what they do, you know, a lot of people play copyrighted music on stream. How do they put it on YouTube and not have it in there? You separate that audio out, so it's there when you stream it, but when you actually pull the file out, it's not there. That's fair. Dylan, 5's the only one I played. I have not played 4. I've not played 3. I haven't even played the P5 spin-offs. Like, I haven't played Strikers. I haven't played Candy, what's the other 5 one? Because I, for the life of me, can't remember what the other 5 Persona 5 spinoff is. And I know I'm gonna bonk my head when I see it. I played Persona 5! I played Persona 5 and Persona 5 Royal. Because obviously I played the whole damn game again when the Royal DLC came out. Not even DLC, the Royal in and of itself is a whole new game because of how much it adds. I mean, yes, is most of it the same? Yeah, it is. Not the point. It's not the point. That's honestly my plan. It's just to wait. That's even my plan for 4. Like, I'm just gonna wait for a reboot of it to come out. Because again, I have it, but I'm like, I know they're long games. That's the biggest thing I know with Persona games. They're long. Ghost Strikers is so much fun. Tactics is great as that. I think the thing is, because I like Persona enough, I'm curious if that will break my, not dislike of tactic games, but my indifference to tactics games. Because I don't dislike them. I'm just not... I'm not a fan of them the way Candy's a fan of them. Let's put it that way. I'll play them, but I don't get the same satisfaction out of it. I just don't. Thank you, Yoshi. Oh, I gotta winter into that game. Oh, my back. Oh, that felt good. I get to winter in the game, and a certain thing happened. I was like, no, I don't even know if I know. Only because, like, I know bits and pieces of the 4 story, but not all of it. Ugh. Thank you, Yoshi. Ugh. We're just slowly and surely cleaning up. Only because I know that everything else I'm doing literally takes 5 minutes. So that's why we can take a little bit of a lull here. And just so I can clean up in here. Shots. I had coffee. The only thing we have in the house that's liquor is rum, really bad tequila, and I got whiskey in the other room, but I think I've had like 1 drink from it so far. Absolutely not. I'm not doing shots on stream. I don't do shots, period. Literally the tequila I bought for cooking purposes because I was making tequila chicken, and I'm like, well, I'm not paying for good tequila for cooking purposes, considering it's all going to cook off anyway. Not with that attitude. Ugh. Yeah, Yoshi. Well, I mean, Yoshi was doing spoons of Nando's. So, Yoshi, do you like the Nando's peri peri sauce thing? Because you said you didn't think it was bad. Do you actually like it now? I miss alcoholic Topo Chico. I did not know that Topo Chico made an alcoholic version. I do like Topo Chico is actually like, that's like, there's a cinema near us. It's called Lux Cinemas. It's basically like an Alamo Draft House or any of those ones you've been to where it's like dine in with alcohol. And they have Topo Chico on their menu. That's my treat for myself when we go there. It's like, I'm gonna get a Topo Chico because yada, that depends. Are you looking to depress your heart or accelerate your heart? Or both? I was eating it like it was normal. That stream was supposed to be 1 shot for 10 subs, and I was like, fuck it, I'll eat it. Fair enough. I did that for a charity stream a while back. I was doing full-on shots of hot sauce, which that was, but I was doing really hot sauce. But again, I like spicy food, so for me, I'm like, oh, it shouldn't be that bad. Now we're gonna drink the whole bottle in 20 minutes, which I blame Obsessive Repulsive for that because of how many donations he gave. Because that was Extra Life, I think 3 years ago. And yeah, I pretty much drank an entire bottle of habanero hot sauce in 20 minutes. So my stomach hurt quite a bit for the rest of the day. Mix both? Yeah, that's exactly what it does. That's what somebody said. I don't know what's causing it. Do I sound fine now, at least? No, well, here's the problem, Yoshi, is that I used to have my old headset that I would use, and I still use it for work. Here's the problem. I left the cable on a plane when we visited Candy's family. That cable was what allowed me to talk as well, because it was like a dual cable, so you could talk and listen. I had a replacement cable. It was just a charging line cable, so it doesn't actually allow for audio. It only allows me to hear but not speak. So I can't really move it closer. I mean, it's as close as it can go to my mouth. When I'm not moving, interesting. Well, I'll try not to move too much. No, this is as far as it bends. I have a throne, I just don't use it. I don't have it because nobody needs to spend money on me. I lovingly say that anytime anybody gives subs here, nobody needs to give me anything. And also because not for nothing, a lot of times with these things, I'm going to end up buying it myself anyway. No, the reality is I'm probably... The thing is, too, because I only use it for these streams, it's not really the end of the world if it's, like, not the greatest. Obviously, if it completely stops working, that's a different matter. But, yeah. Yeah. I used Throne for the first time this year for our Christmas gift exchange for, Bloomix. I had nothing on it. I don't use it. I don't use it because I'm like, I don't need anything. I think that's the biggest thing is like, I'm like, I don't need anything. I don't need anything. We have an apartment. It's not gigantic. So I'm like, I don't want shit. I don't want stuff. Don't get me wrong. I like the gift that I got. Aki got me a copy of Junji Ito's Tomi, which I've wanted to read for ages. So I have a nice hard copy version of it now. And I'm very appreciative of it. But that being said, I don't need stuff. Wow. Totally didn't gift you subs at all, Yoshi. Totally didn't gift you subs. Clean off my knife, too. Ugh. The funny thing is, I think, we were at our friend's place for New Year's Eve, and I think I looked at one point, I'm like, wow, Yoshi's still on! And I think at that point, it was, like, easily 3, 4 a.m. for you, I think. You're very welcome. Corporate holidays can't... I mean, that's fair. Corporations can't tell me anything, technically. Alright, now... We're gonna make the Coquito now. Now, what is Coquito? It is Puerto Rican eggnog. It is delicious. It is Puerto Rican eggnog. It's basically coconut eggnog. So, but there's no eggs in it, either. So, let's unplug that. I almost unplugged the computer by accident. That would have been bad. Now, let's get you out of the way. There we go. Oh, you barely reach. Maybe we're doing it over here. Maybe we're gonna do it over here. Because I'm like, that does not reach. Alright. So, what goes into Coquito? First and foremost, get yourself 2 big cans of evaporated milk. That's the first thing that goes in there. And Candy, who I love and appreciate, was awesome and went and got me another can of this morning because I realized last night that I'm like, I don't have enough cans of evaporated milk. I thought I had extra in the house. I did not. I hate that stupid can opener I bought. It doesn't always work properly, so sometimes it opens the can, sometimes it doesn't. It just spins in circles, which drives me up the wall. Ugh. So I'll be mixing this on the other side because, like I said, the blender, the cable doesn't reach. So 1 can of evaporated milk. And there we go. Yeah, coconut, exactly. I mean, that basically is what it is, essentially. There goes some evaporated milk on my computer. It's fine. Let's get you in there. Alright. We got that. Now, we start adding actual coconut ingredients to this. So we got our coconut milk, courtesy of Goya. The funny thing is, normally the grocery store has tons of this, and they still do right now. It's the next ingredient that they were basically completely out of at the grocery store, and it always irks me around the holiday season because I always remember that this happens and never plan accordingly. 1 can of coconut milk. Now, this is the ingredient. Cream of coconut. Goya makes cream of coconut. I want y'all to know, pretty much from December 1st through early January, it is impossible to get this at grocery stores. You basically have to buy it the moment you see it, because if you don't, it'll be completely gone by the time Christmas rolls around. And it's only gone that time of year. And literally, it's because everyone's making coquito. I'm not even joking. Ugh. Okay. I wanted to just double check how that smelled, because it didn't have a date on it, but it smells fine. So, okay. And now here is the one ingredient I don't love adding. Only because I don't end up using all of it, and then I'm left with a half can of this just sitting around the house, and I really don't use it for anything else. Sweetened condensed milk. I don't cook enough, or I don't bake enough, or do things with this enough to warrant. I wish they made them in half-size cans. That's really what I'm trying to say. I wish this was in half the size. Because you know why? I only need about half can of this. But yeah, for those who don't know, sweetened condensed milk is exactly what you think it is. It's a stupidly sticky sweet. I don't know if this would actually even go up a straw, honestly. It's a little too thick. We do have oatmeal. Yeah, I think we do have oatmeal. It really is liquid calories. And don't get me wrong, I love the flavor of it. But it's just like, yeah, it's like, I think that's about half can. All right. Now we need, I don't know why I put the vanilla away, because we do still need the vanilla. Oh, you know, I've tasted it on its own. Vanilla. And where is my cinnamon? There's my cinnamon. Cinnamon. Now, I'm going to add the rum after I blend this, because if I add the rum, it actually overflows the blender. I've determined that it's about the perfect size for sans the ingredients. Trying to cap time gaming. Really? Ain't doing that here yet, last I checked. Doing a lot of other stupid things in our country, but not that. Okay. I just want to get this guy down. Oi. Because this is where the coquito is going. And I wish I had made a point to buy extra ingredients, because this only fills about half the container of coquito, or about half this canister. Making 2 batches completely fills this guy. And this lasts a while. Because I will drink it, I don't drink it that much. Candy's the one that drinks more of this, but also because Candy likes this. This is like, I make this at the holidays every year for her. Let's unplug you. And here we go. And now we blend. This is for everyone right now, because I'm not putting the alcohol in it yet. But I will be adding it the moment it's done. Oh, Yada was talking about that. I would hazard to guess it's probably for people under a certain age. No, I'm not doing shots. All right. That's done. Now what we can do... let's pour it in. NVIDIA are trying to make $20 subscriptions to cap you at 100. Okay. Is that before or after they get out of the stupid... No, they're not the ones that are involved in the... No, they are the ones that are involved in the AI thing right now. But friends, this is Coquito. And now what we do... We add it in to there. Hi, Awkward. Happy New Year, buddy. How you doing? And then what we also got to add in here, 1 stick of cinnamon, 2-3 sticks of cinnamon. Because that literally just helps to kind of keep the flavor. I'm not doing a rum shot. You guys can say it all you want. I'm not doing it, but I do have to get the rum really quickly. Candy doesn't drink rum. This is the only way Candy drinks rum, honestly. Rum is one of the few liquors that I actually don't love, honestly. Like, I don't go out of my way for it. Like, if it happens to have rum in it, cool, but I'm like, it's not my go-to. Yeah, it's like, it's better than vodka, but it's still not great to me. That's about right. We are making coquito as we wait for pineapple upside down cake to finish cooking. I don't know why I almost said banana, because that's not a thing. All right. And now we cover it. We cover it. There we go. And then yeah, Bailey's, but it's basically just alcoholic chocolate milk. Ugh. Oh my god. All right. This goes in the fridge now to chill. Now, we're gonna do our last. We're gonna make some whipped cream. I've never done this before, so we're gonna learn. Ugh. My god, that does not taste good. I'm chugging coffee. That's what I still got. Awkward. How were your holidays, though, buddy? Were they good? I'm so Jimbo, how you been? I feel like I haven't talked to you in a while. How have you been doing? I just gotta clean off my blades over here. So this is gonna be an experiment, friends, because like I said, I have never made. It's not hard to make whipped cream. I just have never done it before. And I know it can be finicky from what I've heard. Only because it's like, it really calls for everything it's like to be cold. Okay. I had to open the oven because I'm like, what smells like it's burning? And I'm like, I want to make sure that the cake wasn't cooking over the pan because, you know, no, on my luck, that would happen. Not really celebrate not knowing. Fair enough. I respect that. I mean, same. That's what I'm not. I'm just looking at the pretty lights. Me going to church for Christmas ended the moment I became an adult. Actually, even before then, now that I think about it, because literally, as my mother has always lovingly, she said, confirm in the church, I don't care what you do afterwards. I'm like, all right, cool. And not for nothing, I was raised Lutheran, so it's kind of Christianity light. So it's really not, they don't push much, honestly. It's just like, don't be a dick, essentially. Don't be a dick. That's basically their mentality. And I can do that. But I don't need a church to tell me to do that. All right. It's okay, yo. All right. Let's flop our view. And let's experiment doing this. Because like I said, I've never done this before. So we're going to learn. Kitty, was the echo just talking out there, or is my imagination? 1 cup of heavy cream. Okay, maybe I'm just hearing shit then. It's fine. Just wanted to make sure. Where'd the cap of this go? All right, 2 tablespoons of sugar. Oh, where can I put you? Oh god, not on the floor. Almost just dropped it on the floor. Wouldn't that have been nice? Let's see, 2 tablespoons of sugar? Yeah. 1. 2, yeah, exactly. 3 and 4. Funny thing is, apparently there's actually a debate with making whipped cream from scratch as to whether you should use confectioner sugar or just granulated sugar. Because apparently, if you use granulated, once you get to a certain point, it gets, like, you can almost taste the granules. Yeah, I have both in the house, but I'm like, because this is my first time, like, whatever. I'll use this and see how it goes. All right. Now, we're going to go for about 5 minutes with this, and hopefully not blast it all over the place. And now, we're just going to do this for a few minutes. Listen, you're right, it can't. Listen, I want y'all to know I do a big old alcohol wipe on this computer after every time I do my cooking stream. Just trust me, it needs it every time. You know, I was actually, over the holiday season, pricing KitchenAid mixers. I'm not going to get one because I have no room for it. Trust me, I was pricing them. Oh boy. Yo, why are you getting smoky? Hold on. Hold on. I need to take this off because it's getting smoky in the oven for some stupid reason. Weird, because I have it properly venting, but I don't. Maybe it's not venting as much as it wants to. All right, there we go. Ooh, nice. So you done being fussy? Okay. I think it was the one thing about having that big ass cutting board is that it doesn't like to. The oven doesn't like to be covered, which I get. But let's keep doing this. Let's keep doing this. And yeah, definitely holiday season, that's the time to buy for your new computer equipment. I am probably 1 or 2 seasons away from looking for new stuff for mine. Because it's still doing what it needs to do. It's not far away, though, from needing new stuff. Like, it definitely chugs on some games. But I'm like, it's not enough for me to pull the trigger yet on, like, a new GPU. But I'm like, it's getting close. We're getting thicker. We are getting thicker. I actually just sold the old one. The guy was like, does it work? And I was like, yeah, it just wouldn't run Final Fantasy 16. I trust you. Oh yeah. That's whipped cream, baby. Candy, would you like a paddle to lick? Good shit, right? Cool. We got whipped cream. Candy's there. She's looking off screen. And there she goes. I paid, put 27.28 as the rest of it. That's not bad, Yana. With them?
Something about a girl looking.
No, I agree. I understand why you were doing it on screen. Bye, bye. Oh my goodness. Let's MacGyver this thing in the fridge so it can retain its shape. There we go. You can go in. I probably should just dump that kombucha at this point. Oh no, that's fair, Yada. Like, you don't, obviously you don't want to go into debt. Exactly. All right, now we got about a minute until I have to loosely cover our pineapple cake. I know, they have tongues? Ew, gross. I gotta prepare to take this out just for a wee second. Actually, I'm probably, for fuck's sake. Man, it does not like this recipe. Eh. Alright, I hear you. Alright, now we just need to loosely cover. The funny thing is that it's not burning. That's the silly thing. So. Yes, I don't know if something boiled over. I think something might have boiled over. That might be the problem, honestly. Okay, it's locked. That's fine. Ugh. There we go. It's fine. No, I think what it's doing is that it doesn't like that, it's, I think a little bit of the pineapple juice boiled over on it, hit the bottom of the oven and started smoking, which is annoying because I'm like, nothing's burning in there. It's just, it happened to, like, the little bit of liquid happened to boil over the top, which reality is, I probably should have put a pan under it. That's on me. But it should be better now. We have the oven, oh, not the oven. We have the window open. Candy moved, oh, I don't know if she turned off the detector. Yeah, moved the detector and shoved it under the couch because that's what we do with it. Yes, there is a new candy. There is a new candy. She got a new avatar for herself. Get out of there. No, it's not even that. It's like I wasn't. The problem is that the pie pan I have isn't that deep, so it was going to be a gamble as to whether it started to cook over a little bit or not. But it is what it is. Like I said, it looks fine right now. Like when you look at the top, it's a nice cooked pie, like looking thing. But I think the thing is, too, even if I had done that, it still wouldn't have necessarily stopped whatever it was from smoking, because the reality was it was still going to do it regardless. It just is going to be like, okay, well, I'm sitting lower in the oven now. Yeah. I mean, the reality is, the oven probably needs a good clean. I think in the years we've been here, only because I don't use it that much, it's not dirty in there, so I'm like, I haven't really cleaned it. But again, I use it maybe once a week, if that. Yeah, it looks good, right? The funny thing is, I knew she had gotten a new avatar. I didn't realize she got another new one. Because I saw, I'm like, oh, where did this one come from? I will let Candy discuss why she went with that one, if she wants. Yeah, it was a thing, that's all. Nobody's fault, just it was a thing. Or maybe it was somebody's fault, I have no idea. Just cleaning up in here. I hate that that's a quote in here. That was like Clamps getting me to say that years ago, and then he immediately clipped it. Because of course he did. Why are you smoking so much, my guy? Jesus.
Yeah, literally, it's just the stupid whatever's on the floor of the oven right now. That was... Yeah, I said that was that Outlast? That was Outlast. Because I saw the word board. I'm like, well, that would only be Outlast. No. Yeah, it's definitely some liquid guy on the bottom of it. Which is annoying because it smokes up the entire house for no reason. Because it's like, nothing's burning. It's fine. But I do have the window open, so hopefully that help matters. Back to PC jobs if I don't get picked up by a company and things. Yeah, that's fair. But hey, it eventually will happen. That's the important part. And listen, my logic always is too, is that it's almost like you're almost better off waiting to build something that you're then not going to have to upgrade almost immediately. It's almost like better to wait a little bit, make sure you're getting what you want that's going to at least last a while, then you pull the trigger on it. Ugh. Decided to purchase a secondary PC at the end of the year last year. Oh no, that's fair. Yeah, that was the other thing too. I know a lot of people went and pulled the trigger because of the increases in tariffs, the increase in like the prices because of the scarcity, due to the chip, due to like RAM issues. I totally get all of that. I do. If you have the means, do it. Has it been 2 years, Yoshi? Really? I feel like it was just last year you got it. It's a better PC than the one I built 5 years ago, so I'm going to use it. That's fair. It does not feel like it was 2 years ago, Yoshi. Or was it just like late 2024 that you got it? Okay, I'm not crazy, right? I'm like, it feels like it was just last year. Yeah, Bubble. I hope it does, honestly. Yeah, it was like 24. Okay, so so that's why it doesn't feel like it was 2 years ago. It's 2 years in a calendar sense. Only crap I have the PC is that 16 gigs, but that's, yeah, I mean, 16 is good for some things, but yeah, it's not going to run certain games well. I totally get that. According to how much money they're losing in it, exactly, it's not sustainable. But that's the whole system, is that no one's making money on it. The money is being made by just the circle of buying and selling it. So I'm like, that's going to break at some point. It has to. There's no way it can't. Let me rephrase that. Solely by how it's designed, it's going to break. I mean, at the end of the day, there's going to be a few people that walk away rich from that, and then the other people are going to be left holding the steaming pile of shit. Which is great. Ugh. And I'm going to let you soak, actually. Yeah, that just makes no sense to me. It's I would understand if you invest a little bit into it. I would totally understand that. The fact that, as you said, some companies are throwing like that much at it, I'm like, guys, that's not a good business model to lump that much into such a volatile little industry. Yeah, exactly. The work is the promise of what it can theoretically do. It's kind of like crypto. It's like, it's in theory worth this much money if you used it. The only people that seem to care are the people that make silk songs. No, I'm sure there's other thoughts in the gaming industry as well when it comes to the AI. Love me some pineapple. Alright. Let's... Woo! Almost had that hunk of pineapple going down the wrong part of my throat. Alright, let's put all of you away. Because I don't need you anymore. There are some benefits. That's exactly. There are some. Not going to take that away from what it is. Exactly. AI is only as good as what goes into it. Garbage in equals garbage out. That's data. No. Yeah. No, exactly. If you want to use it as a supplement to your assessment, cool. That's fine. Use it as a supplement. Use it as a reference. Use it as just another point of data for yourself. Do not base what you're doing on it. That bad news bears for everybody. Because part of my line of work, they were toying with using an AI component for the work. They kind of stopped because it's like it's too much of a human element of my work to really gamble on like using AI for it. And really the AI context was meant more for the quality components of the work, not necessarily the work itself, which that I also was okay with. It's like, okay, the work isn't getting replaced. This is a tool to supplement that the quality of work is happening, essentially. I'm cool with that. Because it doesn't replace anybody's work. It just gives a point of reference for the work that's going on. Exactly. But listen, Bethesda has so much charm. It just works. Exactly. See, that's like the one thing that one of our friends who does a lot of coding for his work, he's been very open about. He's like, AI can code faster than I can code. It's just the reality of it. It can code much faster than I can. However, he's like, I still have to go through and make sure what it did is right. Because again, it's going to think that it's right, but it's like, I have to go and see that it's actually doing what it needs to do and that it's done correctly. Because if I don't, then it's just going to be a nightmare to untangle the web of where it went wrong. No, not at all. Not at all. That's the point, Dylan. Is that, yeah, it's not meant to replace that component, thank God. Oh, did I miss that? Sorry, Candy. You're right, AI TED Talks with Ken. I don't ever talk much about real life stuff in my streams. This is one thing I will talk about. Only because it's so out of my wheelhouse of what I do for a living, that I'm okay talking about it. Doesn't make my blood boil. It's like, okay, this is, I'm separated enough from this. I mean, I'm separated enough from this. Y'all know what I mean. Speaking of Roombas, I saw a TikTok earlier this week of some dude doing a kickflip on his Roomba. I don't know why that needed to be a video, but it was, and it's funny. Like, my company is just using a chatbot for intake and as a mental health company. No. It's going to. The whole logic is AI learns. It's going to do that solely by existing. Because it learns. Well, that's the other thing too, is that what AI is never going to capture when it comes to human work is tone. You can't capture that with a robot. You can try, but you're never going to get it perfect. I think that should be able to come out momentarily. And I do need my big boy cutting board for this. AI can never be as sassy as me. Actually, what I can do, though, is I can actually plop the wooden cutting board back on top of here. Ugh. Because, oi! Would you like directions to the closest bridge? No! It's not what I need. Alright, I think this guy can come out now. Good, because I can also turn off the fucking oven. Thank you for the follow. Tanjero. Alright. You need to... Okay. Is this coming out clean? That's the one thing I do need to check. I'm like, are you coming out clean? I mean, it looks good. Are you coming out clean, my good sir? Yes, you are. Perfect. I mean, we gotta wait to turn it upside down, but I mean, there it is. All right. Carefully invert. Okay. I gotta wait 10 minutes, then we're gonna, quote, carefully invert that. Y'all know how careful I am with things. But, yeah. I mean, it looks good. It looks very good. It smells good, too. But, yeah. It's gonna be interesting when that industry crashes. And what sucks, too, is that it takes away from legitimate use of it, too. And, like, what ends up happening is, what good work could happen with it gets lumped in with the garbage. So, which sucks, because then if you legitimately want to do something good with it, it's gonna get treated the same. Yeah, join us in the Discord. Gotta schedule some movie nights, because I have the list down of still some movies that people say they haven't seen. I just need to schedule the damn things. Because I know we had Return to Oz. I know we had Who Framed Roger Rabbit. We had Rocky Horror Picture Show. To name 3 right off the bat. Grok wishes it was that smart. Grok wishes it was that smart. Addie! Thank you for the resub. Happy New Year to you. Can we get a shout out for the adrenaline, please? Addie coming with 14 whole months. Addie, how you doing? How are your holidays? Were they good? It do, Addie. It do. It's a new year. Same old me. We have a friend that always says, New Year, new me. And like, for me, it's New Year, same old king. Like, not a whole lot changes with me. Did you do anything good for the holidays, Addie? Did you just stick around the UK for the holidays, or did you go back home? These all gotta get washed later. And I'm gonna put these guys away. But yeah, guys, go check out Addie. Addie is still working her way through Persona 5 Royal. I love it that she's still sticking with it. But also some Animal Crossing. Also for Bird Up, the worst show on television. It's been quiet. Thank God, stayed nice. I mean, same. I should say I actually was sick for most of Christmas, which kind of sucks. I started feeling sick like a day or two before Christmas. I spent most of Christmas Day sick, the day after Christmas sick, and into the weekend kind of sick. Why are you saying hype train incoming? Whatever. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting that. I'll do it after stream. I keep forgetting that the threshold's so stupidly low on this thing right now. Yeah, I don't know why they changed it. That's the stupid thing. I'm like, why would I set it that low?
You can go there for now. Give it to me as well. Weird. Yeah, to go. No, Candy wasn't sick, actually. No, because what I had, she never got. It was headache, then it turned into, like, really, like, unsettled stomach, really tired. Like, let's put it this way. We had, like, Christmas Eve dinner at a really nice restaurant. We had to peace out early because I felt so sick. It was also stupidly hot in that place, too, which was not helping matters. So yeah. So I think I finally started to feel better by, like, Sunday, Monday, maybe. And it still wasn't perfect, because then I had other issues going on, but they were a little more tolerable, just more annoying than anything else. What, Yoshi? Why can't you scream? Or why couldn't you scream? Oh, gotcha. Well, yeah, because it kills all your nerves down there. I still have some hot sauces left over from when we did the Hot Ones challenge. I still have Da Bomb Beyond Insanity in the house. Problem is with a lot of those hot sauces, I haven't cooked anything recently that requires that level of heat hot sauce, because I don't make... The bottom was 3/4 full, it's not just under half full. I ate a lot. Fair enough. Ugh. Ugh. I'm warm. Alright. How long has it been since I took that out? It's been about 5-7 minutes. It was a soup spoon. We love it. I've eaten so much pineapple already. Like, what are you eating? Just pineapple? I don't need it. I'm just eating it. I know. This is where it can all go wrong. I don't know, Bo. I don't know. Happy New Year, Bo. How you doing, buddy? You're a little bit bigger. Bo, Happy New Year. How you doing, buddy? How you been? How have you been doing? Ugh. Okay. Hot. Okay. It's a little... It looks good. I mean, it looks good. I'm sure it's going to be a mess the moment I cut into it, but it looks good. Chilling. I'm doing good. Doing good. It's very steamy. Well, it even told me when there's about to be like, they're like, it's still gonna be hot when you serve it. All right. Now, I need a picture of this. I do think the sides might be a little too moist still, but I don't know. No, it's with pineapple. Yeah, it's with gammon. Because gammon is what, like, I know it's a specific type of meat. I can't for the life of me remember what it is, though. I mean, it's not liquid per se, but it is liquidy. Which, I mean, it does mean I didn't dry the pineapple enough, but that's fine. You know what I realized, friends? I don't have a, whatchamacallit? I don't have a pie cutter. Realize that. Yeah, it'll probably set a little bit more once stream is over. That guy's still hot as hell, though. Like I said, we also have fresh made whipped cream as well. Alright, let's... I think you just had pineapple on you, so I can still use you. Yeah, this had just had pineapple on it. Alright, where's my knife? Where's a knife?
That's the one thing about this cutting board, is that it doesn't sit flat, so it kind of spins, even though it shouldn't spin. All right. Okay. It could. I mean, that's a cake. It is very soft, but it's supposed to be super soft too. All right, let's get, ow, fuck, a spoon of whipped cream. Ta-da! I mean, because the whipped cream is fresh whipped cream, it is melting immediately. It will heal, exactly. Ugh. Let's get a picture of this, because I gotta get a picture for the cooking purposes. Hopefully it comes out, hopefully it tastes good. Ooh. My god, that whipped cream is good. I gotta make fresh whipped cream more often, because that is delicious. All right, let's see how this came out. Of course, the pineapple comes off in one hunk. Exactly. The cake's missing a little something. I don't know what it is. Maybe a little more salt, I think. Maybe a little more salt. Maybe a little more vanilla as well. It's not bad. It doesn't really taste like a vanilla cake. It just kind of tastes like a cake. Like almost like just like an unflavored sponge cake, which not a bad thing, but it needs a little something. But yeah. Overall, I think it came out pretty good. I'd make it again. It wasn't that hard. Happy New Year, babe. Maybe. That's my hope. Hi, Paige. Happy New Year. How you guys both doing? You're actually right here at the end of the stream, because that's all we had for today was, ow, the pineapple upside down cake. And, you know, I'll pour a glass of Coquito Recipe. Candy, you want Coquito? Okay. And we made Coquito as well. Oh, you've been lurking? Hell yeah. Pour a glass of Coquito for Candy as well. Old man, thank you, Bo. I do it to keep the sweat off my face, because I have a nasty habit of sweating when I cook. And that needs to be a little thicker, I feel like. But it is what it is. And let me do the top with some cinnamon for Candy, as I get cinnamon all over my counter, because of course I do. And Cinnasticks. Listen, good food is good. That's all that matters. Doing good? Just be chilling? Hell yeah. That is my plan once I am done streaming. It's just chill. Well, to clean up the kitchen and then chill. Candy has one of her friends coming over later, so we're gonna hang out with her, because we don't get to see her too often. That's a Coquito. Oi. Coquito, friends. I didn't make that too strong. It's basically Puerto Rican eggnog, dude. Oi. Whew. Oh my god, I'm warm. But yeah, I mean the Coquito came out good, but the Coquito, that's the recipe I've been using for years at this point. Candy, did you want a piece of this? Just say in chat if you do. Okay. I know you're not huge on pineapple, so that's kind of why I figured you may not want it. Oh yeah. Next week, friends, we're making the garbage plate. Assuming I can get everything I need, we're making a garbage plate next week. Now, I will explain what a garbage plate is to y'all right now. A garbage plate is a delicacy from Rochester, New York. That's where I went to college. A garbage plate is kind of what it implies. It I can always shift a candy if I need to. I can always shift if I need to. But it is essentially, you have a base layer. It's served in a styrofoam container because of course it is. Your base layer, it can be a couple of things. The standard is macaroni salad and home fried potatoes. That's the standard base. You can also add baked beans if you want it to be that heavy. You can also add French fries as a base as well. On top of that is some form of protein. So normally it's like 2 cheeseburgers or 2 hot dogs, or they call them, Rochester, New York calls hot dogs hots. That's just what we call them. It's like there's a red hot or a white hot. That's what we call them. There's also places that do shaved steak. There's places that do fried fish. The fried fish is normally disgusting because nobody orders it. I've also seen places that do like grilled cheese on top of it as well. On top of that is a very fine beef chili, like a very finely minced beef chili. No beans, literally just like a meat and sauce chili. On top of that is diced white onions, and then you top it with ketchup, mustard, and hot sauce. And then you mix it all together. That is a garbage plate. It is delicious. It is terrible for you because, as you can imagine, it's a lot of calories. But yeah, that was a regularly eaten thing that I had in college. There was a reason I'm overweight. Yes, it partly was because of drinking, partly because of that. Nothing says a good night's sleep like having that at 3 o'clock in the morning and then going to bed. So that will be tentatively next week. I'm going to talk to Candy because I think we do have something next week that I might have to shift that around for. But I'll let everyone know in the Discord. It's great. It's good. The funny thing is, though, and this is going to be the test, anyone I know who has created one at home has said it is not the same only because the quality ingredients is too good. Like, no matter how bottom barrel you go, it's still too high quality. Like, you are meant to be buying the worst quality of ingredients possible. So, like, the worst quality macaroni salad, the worst quality home fries. Theoretically, it should be getting cooked on some disgusting griddle that only gets cleaned like once or twice a day. Taco Bell meat. There actually is a recipe for the chili. I'm gonna probably have to make it beforehand because I think it does take a few hours to cook. But I'm planning to make it beforehand. Only because, that'll be easier on my end. That's our stream, friends. A little bit of a shorter one. I knew this one wasn't going to take as long. That's actually why I added the coquito to it. That's also why I actually made it making the whipped cream to it as well, because I knew it wasn't going to take that long to do. Yeah. So, we'll be back on Monday with more Date Everything. I think we're going to finish that game. We're going to finish it as much as I choose to finish. Like, we're going to finish as much as possible in that game, because we're definitely near the end. And I was saying to Candy too, now that I'm nearing the point that all my specs are good, it'll definitely be able to start spiraling how quickly we can get them. Fallout will be not next, well, maybe next Saturday, depending if I need to switch my schedule around. But we're almost done with Fallout 3 as well. Once we finish Fallout 3, we're going to go to Fallout 2, because we're going to keep going backwards in time. Yeah, so, if you don't catch me for, Date Everything on Monday, I will be, on Wednesday with we're probably going to go back to Hiragami. And with that being said, friends, we're going to go find somebody to raid off to, because I have no idea who's on right now. I have not a single clue who the hell is on right now. I got to refresh, because I think that's the one thing, is that my feed doesn't always refresh. It's you know what, I haven't rated him in a while, and I do genuinely enjoy him. I just never get a chance to see him stream that much anymore because he does keep a little bit of a wonkier schedule. We're gonna say hi to Neshi. Thank you, Kat. We're gonna go say hi to Neshi. Neshi is on playing Power Wash Simulator. I have a soft spot in my heart for Power Wash Simulator. So Neshi is an Australian streamer, so as you can imagine too, it is very late or very early in the morning, depending on how you choose to look at it. But yeah, go show Neshi some love. I was on that. I know you were, Yoshi. I saw that. I even said to myself, I'm like, Yoshi's playing Power Wash Sim? I know you do. I just was surprised to see it. But yeah, go show Neshi some love. I will be back on Monday. Candy will be back tomorrow. Maybe doing blueprints, maybe doing something else. Oh, you're on the second? I couldn't remember if you're on the first or second. Yeah, check out the Bloomix Studio, GSC, join the server if you want. And yeah, with that being said, friends, no matter where you are in this big and beautiful wide world, have a beautiful morning, a beautiful evening, and a beautiful night, and I will catch you all next time. Bye, everybody.